Dame Maggie Smith was an absolute legend. 2 Oscars, 5 BAFTAs, 7 Oliviers, 4 Emmys, the list goes on. But for someone who spent a lifetime on stage and screen, she never really loved the spotlight. In fact, she actively avoided it. She once put it perfectly, "I'm never shy on stage, always shy off it." And she meant it. She never watched herself in Downton Abbey. She didn't even show up to accept her first Oscar. And in later years, she admitted that fame had become more of a burden than a blessing. It was Downton Abbey that changed everything. She'd been famous before, sure, her career had been thriving since the 60s, but this was different. Suddenly, she wasn't just a respected actress. She was everywhere. The show was a global phenomenon, and her portrayal of Violet Crawley, the Dowager Countess of Grantham, made her a household name. But for Maggie, that wasn't necessarily a good thing. She once said, "It's ridiculous." Before Downton, she could go to the theater, wander through galleries, just live her life. But after, that was over, and Maggie actually felt awful about it. She hated not being able to walk down the street without being recognized. She even joked that Fulham Road in London was dodgy enough without people stopping her every few steps. But here's the thing, she wasn't ungrateful. She was dedicated. Even in her later years, she was known for showing up to set with every line memorized, never needing a script in hand. Lady Carnarvon, who lived in Highclere Castle where Downton was filmed, once said, "She worked so hard, up at ridiculous hours, wearing corsets for hours on end. She never once complained." Now, this doesn't mean she hated all of the attention. There was one kind of fame she actually seemed to enjoy: the Harry Potter kids. After playing Professor McGonagall, she suddenly had a whole new generation of fans. And unlike the relentless Downton attention, this was fun. She once laughed about how a lot of very small people used to say hello to me. And to them, it was like she had just appeared out of nowhere, like she hadn't been an acting powerhouse for decades. Her friend, director Nick Hittner, summed it up best. She loved kids recognizing her from Harry Potter. She loved that. So yeah, Maggie Smith spent her life in front of an audience, but that didn't mean she ever wanted to be the center of attention. She was one of the greatest actors of her generation, maybe of any generation, but the role that made her a worldwide icon, that was the one she regretted the most.